Hey, good Friday morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. I keep looking at the weather in the long term and I try to figure out which way are we going? Is the extreme heat just to our south going to bounce into our area, or is the quite cool weather just to our north going to drift down? And the answer in the end is probably yes. Both of those are going to happen, meaning we'll get some breaks from cool, we'll get some breaks from extreme heat. And in the end, it should be a pretty nice pattern. So let's get to her and show you that on the radar, the closest clump of thunderstorms. So there's one little isolated thunderstorm out in northern Lake Michigan, but otherwise the closest is in Minnesota. And when we look at our satellite picture, you could see the blow off clouds from the thunderstorms out to the west. But generally, those dry up during the day, and we'll look for a mostly sunny Friday on the way. All right, let's get into what's going to happen here over the next 10 days. Try to head you out toward the July 4th holiday. First, Beverly Paddock, good morning to you, and Linda Newcomb, good morning from Bay City. Yes, good morning. Okay, so what we have as far as the weather scenario here is it Friday yet? It is. What we have as a weather scenario is great day today, getting hotter. A hot day on Saturday for most of us. And by hot, I call low to mid 90s at this time of the year hot. And then a cold front comes through on Saturday night, Sunday, sparks a round of some sparse thunderstorms, cools us down a little bit for a day or two, and then we start to inch back up. So again, all in all, quite a summery forecast on the way. This is the European model, and we'll start it here today, and we're dry. A beautiful day. Work Skipper Friday, it's official. And then this is Saturday, and we'll look a little closer in a second here. Just want to give you the big picture. So here's the cold front coming through Sunday morning. A little slower now, Sunday morning into afternoon. So in the southeast half of the state, you could still get a thunder shower. And now it looks like Sunday afternoon, as opposed to the last couple of days, it looked like it would be over by sometime Sunday morning. So that cold front comes through, and then cooler air, drier air comes in. You see the next cold front up to the north. That's coming through on Wednesday, having a hard time making it toward us. And then you see another cold front coming in next Friday from the north and west. And that's why I say it's going to knock down the heat. And we could see a dramatic temperature contrast between the UP in the 60s and far southern lower, maybe in the 90s. You'll see that on the temperature forecast. So I end it with Sunday, Sunday, July 3rd. Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Sunday, July 3rd. And that would say that our 4th of July will not be a scorcher and could be very comfortable. All right, here's a closer look. Same model to give you an idea of the rainfall, and it does look fairly sparse. Hey, good morning, Gary Clark. Sorry about that late Facebook notification. They do that to us. And thank you, Mark Asworth, for sharing. So this is this afternoon and now Saturday. Dry. And this is now Saturday evening, late evening. So maybe a clump of showers starts to come into the west side of the state, maybe Grand Rapids to Big Rapids and Cadillac, late Saturday evening. And then we go into Sunday morning. Now we're at 8 a.m. Sunday morning. So I would anticipate definitely some scattered thunder showers around from Saginaw to Flint to maybe Alma, Lansing, south and east into Ann Arbor and Detroit and the Thumb Sunday morning. Hey, good morning, Ken Forsyth from Pinconning. Yes, it is called summer. That is correct. nice and hot sometimes. So this is Sunday afternoon. The cold fronts moved through. That's why I say we could get some cooler, drier air on the way for Monday. Rainfall amounts going to be pretty sparse. This is what this model does through the next several days with the showers on Sunday. So if you get a quarter of an inch, consider yourself lucky. And if you get underneath the most robust center of the thunder shower, you might get a half inch in a very short time period. Now, let's look at the temperatures. And like I said, we teeter on being hot. And you'll see what I mean is just as soon as you say, wow, that's some pretty hot weather we're building up, it cools down. Now, today we're looking at low 90s, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, Mount Pleasant, other areas, upper 80s with lots of sunshine. So it will be warm to the skin, definitely. Hey, good morning, Elizabeth Pyle and Jackie Updike from Belleville. Todd Sprague. Sprague or Sprague? Saturday is a hot one. In the 90s, 92 to 95, going to be pretty common. Hottest spots, Mount Pleasant, Alma, Saginaw, Bay City. Sunday, still nearing 90 in the southeast because the cold front is a little bit slower, but cooler. Like look at Traverse City at 76 and Cadillac at 76 degrees and Manistee at 73 and the UP in the 60s. Then Monday, comfortable. Lower humidity, 75 to 80, some 60s in the north. Good day to go to Charlevoix and enjoy some cool weather. And then Tuesday, getting back to about what we should be in the low to mid 80s. And Wednesday, low to mid 80s for the south, 70s for the north. Thursday, back into the 90s. And Friday in the 90s. Saturday, July 2nd, and then Sunday, July 3rd. So kind of sneaky there where the pattern looks like it should be cool, but the models want to say that we'll still warm up. And in the end, I think that means that we have, we have some hot weather. We have in the next 7 days, we have 3 days at least of 92 to 95 degree heat. So that's certainly for Michigan, significant warmth. It's not a heat wave because it's going to break and then come back. And the rainfall is going to be pretty sparse. So if you've got the garden, you better keep it watered, kind of fend off the drying out of it. And hope Mother Nature gives you a quarter inch Sunday, Saturday night, or Sunday morning. It's not too likely. And then maybe Wednesday or Thursday of next week, we'll get another rain on the way. That's it. It's a pretty quiet weather pattern. I don't mind it. It gets to be a pretty nice, easy job for a short time period when our weather pattern gets pretty quiet. And so I will take it, especially with the holiday coming up. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. Have a great weekend. Doesn't look like the need to see me, and that's a good thing. Bye.